Hey YouTubers, thanks so much for checking out today's video. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Trish with Just Dance, and in today's video, I'm gonna help you become a stronger dancer. The first step to becoming a stronger dancer is knowing your part. A lot of times, we don't have the opportunity to dance with a partner when we need to practice. And also, we don't want to rely on our partner to get through the dance because it doesn't make for the best experience. So I'm gonna go over 4 main areas today that you can do on your own to become a really good dancer and improve the time that you do get to spend with your partner. For today's video, we're gonna be doing rumba, but keep in mind that these areas of improvement can be done and applied to all styles of dance. So go ahead and join me out on the floor and let's get started. The first thing, and this is something that I stress all the time to my students, is your posture. Your posture is so important, and the best place to practice that is on your own every day, walking down the street and practicing dance, of course. We have videos on this already, and I'll put that in a link below, but I'll quickly go over that now. Your posture has 4 main blocks of weight, and we want to make sure that they're stacked at all times. That would be your head over your shoulders, shoulders over your ribs, ribs over your hips. Practice standing upright, engaging your core muscles, and keeping the shoulders down and back, head, back, chin lifted. A lot of times when we practice, I notice this all the time with my students, is when we think our head drops down. This is a problem because when your head drops down, your shoulders come forward, your core is not engaged. This isn't really the ideal dancing position, and it's not gonna be a good position to present to your partner. So when you practice, look up. Think of keeping your shoulders down, keeping your stomach engaged, and let me rephrase look up. I don't actually want you to look up because then that does this. So you actually just wanna kind of look towards the top, like maybe where the crown molding is, and that'll help you to keep your chin lifted. The next thing is your frame. Even though you don't have someone holding you or you're not holding your partner, whether you're leading or following, you need to practice dancing with a good frame. That means don't dance with your arms down doing nothing. They need to be up in position, whatever position you're doing, or even if you're practicing solo footwork or something you would do side by side with your partner, your arms aren't gonna be down when you're doing your side by side work. They're going to be active and up. Really try to focus on how you want to move your arms and keep them energized and engaged in the dance. Or if you're just practicing something that you would be doing while you're holding your partner, practice it the way you would do it. If you're going under the arm, what does that look like as far as your frame? Always be aware of your frame, because when you do get to dance with your partner, it'll be so rehearsed that you don't have to think about that anymore. You can focus on being with your partner. And the next thing that I want to talk about is your technique. Technique, technique, technique. This is the kind of thing that you do when you're on your own, so that when you're with your partner, you don't have to think about technique. You can just focus on being with them. That's the main thing here. So let's talk about a little bit of technique for rumba. Of course, you know, if we're doing other dances, the technique may change. But in rumba, we want to think about how does our moving foot work? How does our knee bend? How are we creating an action and then a reaction? These are the type of things that we need to focus on. So in rumba, we always want to think, I need to do a body action and then I can take my step. I have a body action and then a step. Body action, step. Body action, step. And if you do this slowly and you really focus on every little detail, and then gradually you increase the speed so that you get it up to tempo, it's gonna make it so much easier whenever you're dancing this again with your partner. Always keep in mind in rumba, we wanna maintain a slight turnout in the feet. The knees are always dancing forward, the hips are dancing upwards, the body is rotating around the spine, the arms are always above the waist, they're not dropping down. Keep those things in mind, practice your technique, your Cuban motion, because that's what makes rumba rumba. It is the main characteristic of this dance. And Finally, the last one. This one I think is most challenging for followers, mostly because as a follower, sometimes we tend to rely on our partner to get through this. And what I'm talking about is knowing the pattern. A lot of times leaders don't have as difficult of a time knowing their pattern because they're so focused on having to lead. They're constantly practicing patterns. So if you're a follower, really try to learn the patterns on your own so that when the leader is asking you to do something, you're cueing a movement, you know exactly what to do. You're not guessing every time, and you're also not forcing them to like push you through the movement. It's gonna make your experience with that dance so much better. So for example, I'm gonna just take a couple basic things in rumba, but even with these basic things, it's important that you practice them on your own. So we'll do 3 patterns. So we have our side basic, and I know my timing for it. I know that I'm gonna be dancing slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. So I wanna know the direction I have to step. I wanna know the timing of the step. And the timing is very important for everyone to know, leaders and followers. You need to know the timing. I can't stress that enough. That also has to do with knowing the pattern. If you know the pattern, you should know the timing. You should know where your feet go. You should know how much you're turning, etc. So then we can take like a box step. We have still the same rhythm, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. I might go into a crossover break, slow, and quick, quick, slow, and. Things that I'm thinking about here on this crossover break is that whenever I take that side step on count slow, for the 1, 2, I know that I should be facing my partner. Whether I'm leading or following, I'm facing my partner. And then at the end of that second count, or the slow count, I twist my hips, so that's the technique part of it. To rotate, I'm nice and balanced. I have my posture stacked, my blocks of weight stacked, so I'm really focused on that. I'm focused on my frame, and I know that I'm gonna be stepping forward quick, coming back to my partner quick, slow, and quick, quick, slow, and. So being aware of these things is really gonna help you and train you to have good habits. All too often when we do our crossovers, we skip the part where we're supposed to face our partner. And then we miss out on having a really good connection. This is a moment that you can really focus on being with your partner. So don't skip this, practice it. Make sure you face your partner on the slow, then you turn by twisting the hip, and then you have your rock step. And then lastly, we're gonna end it with a follower's underarm turn. Practice these turns, followers. You wanna make sure that you are aware of how your foot is moving, making it decorating the foot, I should say, so that it looks nice as you step across. Do you want your turn to be sharp? How do you want to dance your turn? These are things that you want to think about and practice on your own so that the finished look is just the way you want it to be. And you're not guessing every time. And it helps you to be more consistent. So let me go ahead and recap. I know that was a lot, but the first thing that I talked about today was making sure that your blocks of weight are stacked. You have really good posture so that you're able to dance and move balanced from foot to foot. And so that you're not leaning on your partner or affecting your partner by having bad posture. The second area that I talked about today was your frame. Practice as if you are dancing with your partner, whether you're leading or following. Go through the motions of what you're actually going to be doing in the pattern that you're doing, and have an awareness of this space you're trying to create at all times. Keep your arms above your waist, don't let them hang down. And then the third thing I talked about was your technique. Make sure you're practicing proper technique. How do you want your foot to move? How does your body move in order to cause a reaction in the step? Being aware of these things, practicing them, makes it become more natural when you dance with your partner. And the last thing is know your pattern. understand the timing of the pattern, understand the direction you need to go, understand how you want to dance the pattern, and where you should be in relation to your partner. A great way to do these things is get a video of your routine that you're doing or the patterns you're dancing, of you dancing it with your partner. That way it can help you to have a better idea of what that looks like with a partner, so you can have that to refer to when you practice on your own. Doing all of these things are gonna make you a really strong dancer. It is so, so important, and you're gonna have a much better experience when you do get to dance with your partner. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you have a suggestion on another video you would like us to create, let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't already, consider subscribing by hitting that button and getting notified on all the videos that we post to help you become a stronger dancer. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.